my song. Let's sing it. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Come on, it's gonna be fucking awesome. You know the words. It's gonna be fucking awesome. That's insane. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Yeah!
Yes, it's Live Action Thursday, baby. Time to celebrate the magic of real people on screen doing real things in film, TV shows, whatever the fuck hits hardest. And, this movie has stayed with me for a very long time. I'm talking about Paul Newman in Cool Hand Luke. So excited to talk about that in just a little bit. But I'm your host, Jesse Blaze Snider, the coolest man alive, the anti-cinephile, seeking the best in entertainment without fucking pretension. And I am pumped to dive into something incredible with you today. Monday, we blasted some killer tunes with Twisted Sister's You Can't Stop Rock and Roll, one of my favorite albums of all time. Yes, I am a little biased. Sorry. Tuesday, we got animated with the genius of Over the Hedge from DreamWorks, Bruce Willis, Sean Levy, Gary Shandling. Oh man, so many great voiceover actors in that movie. What a great and funny one. And what's his name is in it too, from The Office. Michael Scott. Michael Scott's in it, and it's an early one of him being so fucking funny as this deranged squirrel. Highly recommend that one. And yesterday we cracked open one of the greatest graphic novel comic books ever made by Garth Ennis and Steve Dillon, Preacher Volume 1, Gone to Texas. One of my favorites. I have lost more copies of that book, giving it away to people as recommendation that I've never gotten back than any other comic ever. Tomorrow is, of course, Wildcard Friday, and I'm really excited to go back to pen and paper role-playing games again. We're going to talk about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle role-playing game that Palladium Books had put out, and After the Bomb, which was the non-licensed version that they did after that. Of course, Saturday, we're going to have our hour-long Mother Show, and I've been promising to cover the new Muppet Show, which I really liked with Sabrina Carpenter on Disney+. But on Monday, I went to Toy Fair, and I want to talk about that first. So this coming Saturday, we'll be talking about Toy Fair. After that, we'll be talking about the Muppet Show. Always listen to the hour-long Mother Show. It is the hour-long Muppet Show. The hour-long Mother Show. It is the place where you go, where I get to let my hair down, and I don't keep everything so tight. I like to do the Monday through Friday rapid fire, get through it and recommend the shit and get out of here. But on Saturday, we chill out for a second. If you ever want to hit me up, you can reach me at jbs@blacklightdistrict.studio. That's my boutique comic book and music publishing company where me and my talented, good-hearted friends are out here making awesome entertainment for the masses. You can read and listen to Fucking for Our Future #1, our hysterical sci-fi battle of the sexes with its own jingle called Big Titties. That's right, the Fucking for Our Future jingle is called Big Titties! I promise it's funny. Both of them are. Check them out for free at blacklightdistrict.studio right now. Okay, we're jumping into this live action masterpiece in just a second, but the last thing I want to say before we roll is I fucking love you. Care Bear stare to every single one of you guys listening. Thank you so much for listening to the show and riding with me. Now, let's light up the screen and get into it right now with Cool Hand Luke, man. 1967 from Warner Brothers, starring Paul Newman as Luke Jackson. You also got George Kennedy playing Dragline, the big prisoner who eventually he gets the shit kicked out of him by. We'll talk about all that in a little bit. You got Strother Martin as the captain. What we have here is a failure to communicate. You see? Well, we have here. That's where that comes from, this movie. For those of you who have heard that quote, but you didn't know where it came from, that's where it comes from. And Joe Van Fleet as Arletta, which is his I don't know. It's not his mom. It's his aunt or somebody who was raising him who comes to visit him at the prison. It's directed by Stuart Rosenberg. We'll talk about him in a little bit. Producer Gordon Carroll. Screenplays by Don Pierce and Frank Pearson. It's based on the novel by Don Pierce. The box office at the time, which was very strong for its era, was $16 million. George Kennedy won an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor as Dragline, and it's a worthy performance. Multiple Oscar nominations were put out for this movie at the time, including Best Actor for Paul Newman, which I think was totally deserved. Of course, I was mentioning the iconic line of what we've got here is a failure to communicate, which is laid over to Luke when he is basically, it gets to a point where he's escaping. He's trying to escape, and they are trying to teach him his lesson for having tried to escape. And, essentially, the movie is like about the prison system breaking this unbreakable person. And it's really sad, and just sort of like sad on a lot of levels about like this person's life. But within the context of this person having this life that just kind of like goes this way, it's like uplifting because he's this character who won't be beaten. And, he's just an anti-authoritarian 1960s cultural counterculture symbol, and like in that 70s day of fucking spitting on soldiers and all this shit. There's this famous scene where he's eating 50 eggs. There's so many fucking famous scenes. This movie is really amazing. But, this flick cemented Paul Newman as a rebellious anti-hero icon in film. And when you see it, you'll really like... it speaks for itself on so many levels. And the scene in particular, and I'm going to try not to like give away too many things about the movie, but just sort of sell it overall on maybe even on this scene alone in particular. But there's a scene relatively early on, and you know what? I'll go back one step further. So the movie opens with him ripping off the tops of these parking meters. And I don't think he's not like stealing. He's drunk. He's wasted. And for whatever reason, he's cutting open these pipes and he's doing property damage. And he ends up on this chain gang. And you kind of don't know exactly what to make of him, except that like every time he's having to deal with pushback at prison, he's kind of making it worse for himself. He's dealing with like the tough guys and whatever else, and he just keeps, if they want to like try to push him around, he's pushing back hard, and he's not necessarily the biggest guy or whatever else. So that character who won the Oscar, played by George Kennedy, Dragline, he ends up getting into problems with him really early, and Dragline's like, that's it. I'm taking you out in the yard and we're going to fight, which is like something that they do. They'll go out in the yard, they'll both stand around, and like the guards will allow a fight to take place. So Paul Newman has to fight Dragline, and Dragline is a monster guy. He's like 6'6", and Paul Newman's, 5'10" or something like that. And Dragline is just kicking the shit out of him. And what follows is one of the greatest scenes in filmmaking, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I've seen, as Paul Newman's character of Luke just perpetually gets up. No matter how many times he's hit, no matter how bad he starts bleeding, no matter how tired he is, he just refuses to stop fighting. And slowly but surely, the whole energy of the room, of the place, changes. As at first everybody wants blood, and then they get all the blood, and then they start going, all right, no more. Let's just give up, man. Like, no reason for you to get beat up anymore. And then of course it goes to Dragline himself, and Dragline's sitting there and he's like, come on, man, like fucking lay down. Like, I'm kicking the shit out of you. Like, there's no need for me to beat you up any further than this. This is fucking insane. Well, it's through doing that he earns everyone's respect and attention. And he basically sort of earns like the leadership of this place. And just to do things and to like entertain himself, because he's just got a wry sense of humor, Cool Hand Luke, he continues to just do lots of things. We were talking about the egg challenge, and there's lots of things that happen in the movie inspired by him and his scrappy personality or whatever else, that ultimately keeps the spirits of the other prisoners alive. And it's like a story about really almost nothing, but it's important somehow. And it's like, this is how this guy had to live, and this is how some people ended up having to live. But this person was remembered. They were important enough to remember, and it was important enough to tell their story because of what they did for all the other prisoners and how it lit everybody else up in this amazing and magical way. Paul Newman is one of my favorite actors of all time. This is one of the main reasons why. This movie, this performance, it moved me so much. I'm such a fan of this film in particular. This guy, it was based on dude's novel. He only had another one where his story was made called Love for Rent. But it's excellent. What's Don Pierce? There are people. Frank Pearson is apparently worked on it as well, probably adapting things. He's responsible for Dog Day Afternoon, Presumed Innocent, one of the Mad Men producers. Obviously, somebody who helped to make it really great. Strother Martin in his role here. What we have here is failure to communicate. You might know him from Slapshot, the gay team owner. Really like him a lot. And George Kennedy, I mean, awesome. Stuart Rosenberg is the director here of this movie. And for those of you who are fans of flicks from this era, he's definitely, he directed The Pope of Greenwich Village in 1984, Brubaker in 1980, The Amityville Horror, Love and Bullets, Voyage of the Damned, The Drowning Pool, Laughing Policeman, Pocket Money, lots of like classic flicks from this time for people who are like, I haven't seen most of these. Rawhide, who was one of the directors, Defenders, Twilight Zone episodes and stuff. So these guys who made this movie were very, very capable, and they made a great flick. On IMDb, it's got an 8.0. As anybody who's ever been on on IMDb before, an 8.0 is a pretty high score. It says 196,000 list, makes it the 196,761st greatest movie of all time. See, and that's why Coolest Alive is never going to end, because I've been watching movies for forever, and there's fucking thousands of them. There's so many, and that's why you need a show like this, because man, it's so easy to freaking have these things pass under your nose. Movies like 2 hours and 7 minutes, it won't necessarily feel like that. It's really a slice of life, interesting bit of period piece that, I don't know what to say besides what I said. I'll read this. I like how this says. Luke Jackson is a cool, aloof man, capable of conforming to the societal demands, incapable of conforming to the societal demands of his surroundings. After being arrested for drunkenly decapitating parking meters, Luke is sentenced to 2 years in a Florida prison farm, where he quickly develops a reputation as a man with unbreakable will and whose spirit simply can't be broken. Idolized by his fellow convicts while simultaneously detested by his superiors, Luke's bravado in the face of adversity makes him both a hero and a villain in the rural prison. But how long will it take before Luke's body gives out? That's the question, and it's a good one. If you haven't been a fan of Paul Newman's, oh man, this is a great way to get into him, and this is just one of those great flicks from that 70s era, and actually it's 1967, so late 60s, early 70s. Yeah, there are few movies as good. This is one of my top 10s all time. One of the highest recommendations that I can make as far as films go. With me, I really, really do think it's just a phenomenal flick. So if you haven't seen it, go see it as soon as possible. And if you ain't tuning into my my Next Level Esoteric Wisdom show, or what some people call Conspiracy Podcast, every Sunday, it's everything they don't want you to know. You're seriously missing out, man. We're creeping up on 500,000 downloads a month and climbing. Plus, if you love music, you should check out my third podcast, All Your Favorite Bands Suck. It's available everywhere except for Spotify. We're celebrating every music genre, eventually all of my favorite bands in the world. 54 bands now and counting, if you include the latest episode with Grandson, who's one of my favorite contemporary artists. It's a great show. You should be checking it out. Anyway, that's it. JBS at blacklightdistrict.studio. I love you guys. Thank you for listening. I will see you tomorrow for my wild card episode, where we're going to be covering the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle role-playing game put out from Palladium Books back in the day, on another fucking awesome episode of The Coolest Alive. Yes! You've been listening to Coolest Alive with me, your host, Jesse Blaze Snider. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more excellent entertainment recommendations. Thanks for listening.
It's gonna be fucking awesome. Come on, it's gonna be fucking awesome. You know the words. It's gonna be fucking awesome. That's it, say. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Yeah! It's fucking awesome. Stay with your tribe. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Revenge of the Geeks. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Week after weeks. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Laughing with you. It's gonna be fucking awesome. And crying sometimes too. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Spelling it out. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Making you shout. I'm a genius. I've got lyrics coming out me bum for days. You like that? It's a kazoo solo. I play that too. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Talking some shit. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Living the shit. My voice is gonna be fucking awesome. Food in our mouth. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Get in the mouth. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Tell all your friends. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Call right or text. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Raising the bar. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Straight to the stars. It's gonna be fucking awesome. It's starting soon. Straight to the top of the awesome. Passing the moon. It's gonna be fucking awesome. On with the show. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Ready, set, go.
It's going to be fucking awesome. Fucking awesome. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Just wait. You'll see. You'll all see.
You'll all see.
The podcast playground. Hooray!